Oh, I'm sure. And that's 50% from the floor in conference play. The Hawks are indeed shooting the lights out. Not literally, of course. That's what we had in St. Bonaventure, and we couldn't play. As for Bethune-Cookman, a much improved Wildcat bunch coming off of a down year in which they fired their coach Gravel Craig under the direction of first-year head coach Ryan Ritter, the son of the legendary Embry-Riddle head coach Steve Ritter. Wildcats coming at 7-9, 2-0 in conference play, a surprising 2-0 start for the Wildcats. They knocked off South Carolina State on Wednesday and outlasted Howard in overtime on Saturday. Chantrez Davis with the game-tying shot with under 2 seconds to play. Wildcats that 5-point win in the D area. Bethune-Cookman coming in much improved, but still under the leadership of senior guard Brandon Tabb,
yes.
a preseason first-team all MEAC selection. He was second team last year.
I've seen Tabb play for a few years now. He's definitely a go-to guy, and he's a guy that can get his own shot when it needs to be getting. And hopefully that don't happen at the end of the basketball game. We got a good lead. They don't have to worry about Tabb.
The Hawks, meanwhile, they've done a pretty good job of containing Brandon Tabb. In last year's matchups, they held him to 11 and 12 points, respectively. He usually scores 8 or 7 more than that per game. Speaking of last year's matchups, 2 nail-biters, 2 heart-stoppers. The Hawks overcame double-digit second-half deficits in both contests to win. Down in Daytona Beach in January, it was a 14-point second-half hole. The Hawks won it 82-79. Logan McIntosh had the game-winning go-ahead bucket with a minute to go in that one. And then back here in February, Hawks were down 12 about halfway through the second half. Came back to force overtime. Bakari Copeland with 2 free throws with 20 seconds left, giving the Hawks an 82-81 win over the Wildcats. So they won those 2 games against Bethune-Cookman by a combined margin of 4 points. About as close as they come, Dave Bird.
Yeah, and I foresee probably another close ball game again, and that the Hawks can shoot well from the floor and then shoot well from the 3-throw line, and then we can come out of here with a 2-game winning streak in the MEAC.
That's all you can ask for. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the pregame show. We'll have the starting lineups and tip at, we'll say, around 7:48, 7:50 by our watch, depending on how quickly they introduce the starting lineups. The Hawks and the Wildcats, game 2 of our Monday night doubleheader on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Princess Anne. We're about 5 minutes away from the introduction of the starting lineups. Maryland Eastern Shore 4-0 at home this season, trying to make it 5 in a row in the friendly confines against the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. This is one of 4 teams the Hawks will play twice this year. They'll go down to Daytona Beach next month. The other teams, North Carolina A&T, North Carolina Central, and there was one more. We lost it. We're trying to get it back. Howard, I think. Yes, Howard is the 4th team that we're doubling up on this year. It's pretty easy math to take. There's 13 teams in the MEAC right now, so 12 opponents. You play 4 of them twice. You play 4 of them at home, and you play 4 of them on the road, and it flips the next year. So this is the 2nd year of that bracket. 2nd year we're facing Bethune-Cookman twice, as well as Howard and A&T and Central down there in North Carolina.
And of course, all that will change next year.
It will.
With Hampton going to the Big South, so it'll be interested to see it be an even number.
Yes, it will. Yes, it
12,
will.
so it's be a complete, and it could be another 2-year cycle.
And then Savannah State's out. I think Savannah State's leaving for either 18-19 or 19-20. They're going back down to D2.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be an 11-team conference at some point, unless the CIAA, which is sort of the de facto AAA when it comes to the MEAC, decides to send somebody up. Virginia State is the name I've heard
that's a possibility.
whispered around. Of course, it was going to be Winston-Salem State about 10 years ago when they hired Bobby Collins. And then they backed out at the last minute. They sort of pumped the brakes and went back to the comfort of Division II.
A conference always likes an even number, so I'm sure the MEAC is looking for somebody to replace Savannah when that takes place, and then they got an even 12, which is a whole lot easier on the scheduling.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. But that's a horse of a different color, and we're going to talk about that later when there's more developments. Later meaning months from now, or even years from now. But for now, the action at hand. Now, let's take one more 60-second break, and then we'll have the starting lineups. The Shore and BCU coming up next on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Your appliances should make your life easier. Save on them, and that makes your budget easier. This weekend at the Home Depot, get up to 30% savings on appliance special buys, like a side-by-side fridge from GE in a slate finish, now just $1,098. Looks great, makes it easier to get around the kitchen, easier on your budget. It's an easy choice, with savings of up to 30%, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details. Valid through January 24th.
Hear the latest in high school sports news with High School Sports Line, powered by County Sports Zone. Each week, Glenn Clark and Wick Eisenberg will bring you the scores from around Maryland, games to watch, and discuss the latest high school sports news on High School Sports Line.
What an amazing season for Coach Tim Palmer, who joins us now here on High School Sports Line.
My motivation is to build character and build quality young men who want to play this game properly.
Listen anytime at mdnewsnetwork.net.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Back at the Hytche Center, moments away as Maryland Eastern Shore looks to take on Bethune-Cookman and keep their hot streak rolling at the very beginning of Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference action. Let's get you the starting lineups. First for Bobby Collins and his Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks, who have led for almost 72 minutes out of the possible 80 that have been played through 2 games in conference this year. Same starting 5 we've seen the last couple of weeks. Byron Thomas, 6'8" freshman forward from Cleveland, Ohio, 11.7 rebounds a game. He's top 7 in the league in boards and second amongst MEAC freshmen with almost 7 rebounds per contest, coming off of a couple of near-miss double-doubles, including 16 and 9 the other night against Hampton. Cam Bacon, 6'3" freshman guard from Hampton, Virginia, averaging 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2.5 assists per game. Logan McIntosh, 6'3" senior guard from Atlanta, Georgia, 11 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists per game. He's top 5 in the league in helpers, dished out 9 the other night against against the Pirates. Ahmad Frost, 6-foot sophomore guard from Cincinnati, Ohio, coming off a career-high 33 points against Hampton. He leads the team now nearly 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists per contest. And Tyler Jones, after a career day for himself against Hampton, the 6-foot sophomore forward from Atlantic City, averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. He scored 28, held down 9 rebounds against the Pirates. As for Bethune-Cookman, the Wildcats under the direction of first-year head coach Ryan Ritter. It's his first head job in Division I and in NCAA basketball. He came from one of the community colleges down south in Florida. He starts Malik Maitland, the 5'9" junior guard from Daytona Beach. Transferred from Morehead State, coming home after playing at Father Lopez High School locally. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists per game. That's third in the conference. Brandon Tabb, the one to watch, the one to circle in red ink if you're at home following along. 6'5" senior guard and forward from Hampton. Transferred from Central Florida State to come to Bethune-Cookman. 16.5 points, that's 6th in the league. Shooting 95.3% from the free throw line. That's 4th in the nation. But he's coming off a down day against Howard, just 8 points in 29 minutes, and the Hawks contained him to 11 and 12 in the 2 games last season. Soufiane Diakite, that'll be fun to say. 6'6" junior forward from the Bronx. Morehead State transfer again from Bronx, New York. 9 points, 8 rebounds a game. That's 4th in the league and 2nd on the team. This is a tall Bethune-Cookman bunch, but Diakite coming off a double-double at Howard with 21 points and 13 rebounds. Shawntrez Davis, 6'9" junior forward from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Texas. 12.5 points, 9 rebounds a game. That's 2nd in the league, and that is enough to lead the team. Also a block and a half per game. That's 2nd in the conference as well. Held just 4 points in 22 minutes. He had foul trouble against Howard. And Geoffrey Altidore, the 6'1" senior guard from Coral Springs, Florida. 7 points, 2 rebounds, an assist and a half per game. He had 16 against the Bison the other night. And that's your starting lineups. Maitland, Tabb, Diakite, Davis, and Altidore for the Wildcats. And for the Hawks, Byron Thomas, Baycoat, McIntosh, Frost, and Jones. Dave Bird, your key to the game as the Hawks try to make it 2 conference wins out of 3.
If the Hawks continue their hot shooting as they have the last couple of games, and we're in this basketball game, and if they hit 3 throws in the second half, we're going to win this basketball.
All right, well, there you have it. Byron Thomas getting ready to tip off against Shawntrez Davis. Hawks in the home whites, road golds for Bethune-Cookman with maroon lettering. Smart-looking uniforms, Minnesota-esque. Thomas and Davis meet in the middle. Ball is in the air. It's a joust for it, and Bethune-Cookman comes down with the basketball. We're underway from the Hytche Center. This is Maitland who crosses into the front court for Bethune-Cookman, who moves right to left in this half as we see it. Wearing the gold uniforms. A little stutter step from Davis on the right elbow, and he travels. Skids the tires, does the Fred Flintstone thing.
Again, we've seen that a lot tonight in both games. And everybody in the whole audience made that call.
This is Logan McIntosh, left to right into the front court for Maryland Eastern Shore. Lobs it for Myron Thomas. Hand up to Baycoat. Now McIntosh, who flings quickly to Myron Thomas. Quick ball movement to start for the Shore. They work inside to Myron, who's bumped around. No whistle. Interception by Shawntrez Davis. Leading pass for Altidore. Altidore threads the needle back up to Davis. It's up and in. Nice give and go between Davis and Altidore. And Bethune-Cookman strikes first. 2-0 Wildcats. 40 seconds in.
Yeah, bounce pass for an easy layup on the break.
Ahmad Frost dancing near the timeline in the front court, hands it off to Myron. Now Baycoat and Frost in the backcourt running the point. They find Byron Thomas in the right channel. Now Tyler Jones straight away. Drop back for Frost with 10 to shoot. Ahmad calling for some help. Driving against Altidore at left baseline. Scoop pass to Myron. 13-footer from the left wing. Too strong. Rebound corralled by Diakite. And here comes Maitland up the front court for BCU.
Hawks got a good look out of that shot from Myron. About 15 feet.
Here's Maitland with it, dancing around. Steps back against Baycoat, falling away at a shot. Instead gives up to Altidore, flinging inside for Davis. Davis far away on the left wing. Shot over Jones, short, and a rebound for Cam Baycoat. Here come the Hawks, left to right. Baycoat across the big maroon M. Here's Ahmad Frost on the left sideline. Screen set by Jones as Frost centers up. Free throw line. Pick and roll with Jones. Gave up an open look. Now you find McIntosh left corner for three. Got it. Logan McIntosh. His first field goal. He went the entire game without one against Hampton. And the Hawks take the lead at 3-2, 2 minutes in.
That's a deep three from the left corner.
BCU basketball. Brandon Tabb with on the left wing. Zigzags in against McIntosh. Now feeds left baseline. That's Diakite. Nothing but net with the 18-foot jumper. Nice feed from Tabb. And Bethune-Cookman retakes the lead at 4-3.
Assist for Tabb.
This is Frost on the right wing for the Shore. Under 18 to play in the first half. Now Byron Thomas on a pick and roll. His three right wing. Pushed to the right. Rebound Karam controlled by Tabb. Tabb dancing against Frost. Now they feed it to Diakite, who travels on the perimeter. Another giveaway for Bethune-Cookman as they gotten their tires stuck in the snow a couple of times.
He did a stutter set that time. I'm not sure exactly what he did.
I think he tried to moonwalk. Frost takes the inbound for the Shore as he walks it across the timeline. Altidore there to meet him. Frost to the right wing. Feeds Baycoat. Thought about the catch and shoot three and instead zigzags in. Left elbow pull-up jumper. Yes! Cam Baycoat from the elbow. Gave up a three for an easier two. 5-4 Hawks, 3 minutes in. Maitland accelerates into the front court. Drops it back for Davis for BCU. And now a deep three from Brandon Tabb. Left it short. Climbing the ladder, Byron Thomas gets the board. Here comes McIntosh in transition. So dangerous for the Hawks. Dancing around his man. His layup strong. Myron fighting for the rebound. It's tipped around and ripped away by Diakite. Diakite in transition. Finds Tabb left corner. Spots up from three. Strong. Rebound punched up. And Bethune-Cookman with a third chance now. This is Diakite who lays it up in over Jones.
Yeah, offensive rebound that time for the Wildcats. Got him an easy bucket.
Sufi Diakite with the putback. 6-5 BCU. 16 and change to play in the first half. Cam Baycoat. Bounce pass from Byron Thomas on the right baseline for the Shore. Now Jones and Baycoat working into to Thomas on the left baseline. Jump step. Too much defense by Davis. He had the high ground that time. And here comes Maitland for BCU. Flings it to Tabb on the right sideline. And he travels. The third travel for Bethune-Cookman early on. That's not what you want if you're Ryan Ritter. First substitution is Myron Thomas out and Leandre Thomas in as Bobby Collins looks like he's got Myron in his doghouse right now. He called immediately for the bench. Hawks to inbound. This is McIntosh who walks it up for White. Into the front court is the senior from Atlanta. Guarded loosely by Maitland, who's got a bandage under his right eye. This is Frost, left corner. Two leading pass for Leandre Thomas, and Frost lead him right out of bounds. Leandre couldn't stay in, and the Hawks give it away again themselves.
Yeah. Isaiah Bailey into the game for Bethune-Cookman. They had a quick sub there.
Bailey, 6'6" junior guard, straight out of Compton. Literally, he went to Compton High School in California. Came to Bethune-Cookman from Angelina College. Yeah. This is Tabb on the right elbow. Drops back for Maitland. Spots up right wing three. A little strong. And rebound. Bounced around once. Leandre Thomas rips it down. Here comes Baycoat gliding into the front court for the Shore. Thomas works it around the horn to McIntosh on the left wing. Screen set, low double team. Scoop pass to Jones on the left elbow. Jones working against Bailey. Cuts across the paint, and that's an offensive foul. As Bailey, hands up in the air, shaking his head, saying, yeah, that's not on me, and it's not. It's on Jones. First foul is offensive against the Hawks, and that takes us into our first break. 15:35 to play in the first half. Your score, Bethune-Cookman 6, Eastern Shore 5 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The flagship station for Maryland Eastern Shore basketball is WTGM Salisbury, Delmarva's Fox Sports 960.
More than 4 minutes in from the Hytche Center. Eastern Shore trailing Bethune-Cookman 6-5. Dave, I hope you got your lips loose tonight. It's going to be another fast-paced basketball game a la Hampton the other night.
I know. It's hard for me to get a word in edgewise that it's going so fast.
Well, we'll see what we can do for you there. Bethune-Cookman basketball. Maitland's with it into the front court for Gold. Dribbling towards the right sideline, letting the offense form in front of him, and a whistle away from the basketball. An offensive foul as Bailey got tangled up, an illegal screen against Leandre Thomas. So back-to-back offensive fouls. The Shore trying to capitalize.
Bethune-Cookman's made some crazy shot some crazy shots, and then some things early in this basketball game.
Altidore takes a seat. Chantrez Davis back in. Hawk basketball. Jones with the top of the circle. Chest pass for Baycoat on the right channel. Baycoat dancing around, guarded by Brandon Tabb. Jones trying to set a screen. Cam takes it, centers up, spin move, free throw line, scoops a pass out. Jones right wing three. Yes! Tyler Jones, a picture-perfect pick and roll. And it's 8-6 Eastern Shore, 5 minutes into the basketball game. Maitland, stutter step, flings it back for Davis. Davis thought about the three, instead drops back for Maitland. Maitland working against McIntosh. He's stripped on the way up. Now he flings it back out. They work around the horn to Bailey. Right corner Tabb for three. Little strong, back iron, halfway down and in. A senior bounce for Brandon Tabb.
And hit all sides of the rim before that baby went.
Absolutely all of it. 9-8 Wildcats, and a steal in the backcourt by Brandon Tabb. Tabb feeds a trailing Bailey. Bailey hammers it down. Oh my, what a bucket from Isaiah Bailey. Blinking you'll miss him. 11-8 BCU, 6 minutes in, and the Wildcat bench loves it. Yeah. Frost right in front of that loud bench. Centers up. Ahmad stutter steps back, instead hands it off to Jones on the right wing. Jump step off the glass and good. Tyler Jones, there's your wingman play. 5 points for him in the last two possessions. 11-10 Bethune-Cookman, and now an ill-advised three from Chantrez Davis straight away. Frost comes down with the board. He's running with it. Circles the wagons and let his teammates get back. And now they left Frost wide open on the right wing, and his three, he rushed it. Rebound punched out of bounds. Last touch by Diakite. I think Frost was surprised at how open they left him. There was enough real estate to cram a Mack truck through on the right wing, and he rushed his shot before the defense could close.
Well, obviously Bethune-Cookman has done a scouting report because they've been on Frost like glue to start this game.
McIntosh trying to inbound, barely flings it in, and Frost has to let it bounce behind the timeline before picking it up. Frost walking it back into the attacking end. 13:30 to play in the first half. Still BCU 11-10. Baycoat with it from the Hawk logo. Baycoat dribbling towards the left channel right in front of Ryan Ritter. Jump pass deflected in the air, and Gold swoops in for it. They lead it, pass up for Geoffrey Altidore, who just lays it up and in from the right side. Altidore on the feed from Isaiah Bailey, and now that's two transition buckets, relatively easy for Bethune-Cookman. 13-10 Wildcats, 7 minutes in.
Yeah, Isaiah Bailey been involved in both.
Hawk basketball. This is Baycoat on the left sideline. Flings it to Frost in the backcourt. Now it's McIntosh around the horn right channel. Jones at the screen. Now Frost, deep left wing for three. Well short. Falls straight down, and it's picked up by Altidore. Right to left moves Gold. Altidore flings a pass in the left corner like a dart for Houston Smith, who's fresh into the game. Now it's Altidore on the right wing, calling for it. Bailey straight away three. Wells short, and again straight down. Leandre picks it up from the floor, and here comes McIntosh in transition. McIntosh high off the backboard, missed the shot, and he's fouled on the way down as some mutual hustle from Shawntrez Davis and Logan McIntosh. They help each other up, give each other a swat on the fanny.
The Wildcats are helping Hawks out by taking some very long three-point shots that haven't been close, and that's the Hawks have done a very good job defensively there.
McIntosh at the stripe. He is a 70% foul shooter. Hawks shoot 66% from the line. That's second to last in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. But McIntosh hits his first free throw this time. Byron Thomas back in, and then Colin Gaynor in for the first time. Jones and Bako taking a seat. Gaynor, the Berlin, Maryland native, local kid, went to Parkside High School. Now McIntosh, the senior leader, had himself one fine season. Second shot up and good. McIntosh tickles a twine twice. 13-12 Bethune-Cookman. 12.5 to play before halftime. Wildcat basketball. This is Altidore with some heavy steps into the front court. That's Isaiah Bailey on the left wing. Centers up, left to right. Hand off to Tab. Catch and shoot right wing three. In and out, halfway down. Rebound punched in the air. Hits the rim again, and Smith comes down with it. They get off to Tab, and Tab checked in the air on his falling away three from the right corner. Byron Thomas in the wrong place at the wrong time. And Brandon Tab, after missing the shot, has 3 free throws forthcoming.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Collins is not too happy with that foul. And Tab's going to get 3 foul shots.
And this is not the man you want at the free throw line.
No.
There's only 3 players in the entire nation who shoot better free throws than Brandon Tab, and he hits this one nothing but net. 95.3.
Yeah, that's not too many misses, is it?
That's a radio station. That's a radio station stat. In my hometown, that's Bob FM. As Tab rattles home his second free throw. Tab, a local kid from the Hampton region, at least, more local than Florida for us, decided to go down south to a rival of his hometown, Hampton Pirates. Third free throw, nothing but net. Brandon Tab doing what expected. 16-12 BCU. 8 minutes in, we're coming up on another timeout. Frost quickly into the front court for the Shore, and he drops back for McIntosh as he lets the offense form in front of him. Gaynor takes a fling on the right sideline, now drops back for McIntosh. Hand off to Frost, left sideline, and now it's McIntosh again. Low dancing up to the perimeter. Leading pass for Frost, left corner. Now Leandre Thomas. Scoop pass inside for Myron. He's bumped in the middle of the paint before the shot. He was fouled on the floor.
Oh, yes, he was.
And the Hawks will get to inbound from underneath their own basket when we come back. 11:45 to play in half number 1. Bethune-Cookman leading the Shore 16-12 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back in Princess Anne, Bethune-Cookman leading Eastern Shore 16-12, 11:45 to play in the first half. Well, a much improved Bethune-Cookman team. They went out and got a new head coach last March, Ryan Ritter, who came over for 4 years at Daytona State College, winning 95 games there. He's pretty much the Prince Regent of coaching around Florida, the son of the legendary Steve Ritter, approaching his 30th year coaching Embry-Riddle, which won the NAIA National Championship in 2000, and now they have transitioned into Division II. They play in the Sunshine State Conference with, I believe that's Barry, West Florida, Rollins. I used to know all the schools down there, but Raider coming from a coaching pedigree, and he certainly looks youthful as he drinks that water on the sideline. Bringing some much-needed energy to a Bethune-Cookman program that's sort of slogged into the back of the pack in the MEAC over the past few years. Hawk basketball, the lob inside to Byron Thomas on the right elbow. He cuts it back to McIntosh, catch and shoot right wing three. Bang! Logan McIntosh, his second tray of the ball game. If he's got a score today, he's got no problem with that. 16-15, Bethune-Cookman with the lead and the basketball. This is Geoffrey Altidore at right sideline, lobs inside, right baseline for Davis. Flings it back up for Altidore, top of the circle, works around Gaynor, triple teamed in the middle of the lane, and he's fouled by somebody as he tries to get a pass off. Gaynor? Looks like Gaynor gets the foul called against him. It is. Third foul against the Shore, first against Gaynor. Bethune-Cookman's got 3 fouls as well.
Yeah, the Hawks are shooting 3 for 6 from three-point land, so they're continuing their hot shooting from downtown.
Yeah, they shot close to 40% in the Hampton game. Malik Maitland back into the game for Altidore. He gets the inbound at the top of the circle and retreats towards the timeline. He's guarded loosely by McIntosh. 10 to shoot as a double screen coming out from Gold. Pick and roll with Tab. Quick release 3. Got it from the left wing.
Set play.
That's about as quick a shot as you can get off. And now Frost with a quick trigger left wing. His 3. Front iron. Rebound tipped up. Leandre gets up to get it, and he floats it back up and in. Leandre Thomas, the second chance bucket. He's getting more confidence in MEAC play. 19-17, Bethune-Cookman. 10 and change to play before halftime. And now an offensive foul as Davis couldn't hit the brakes in the lane. Byron Thomas went flying. Right place, right time for the freshman from the land. And with that, Davis walks back to the bench. They'll bring in Sufi Diakite. Yeah, they haven't put the foul back up on the board yet. We assumed that it was against Davis. It is against Davis in the live stats, and that's number 2 on Davis. Once they do post it on the scoreboard. Is that why we're waiting around here?
Yeah.
The officials discussing something.
Didn't show it to him, but that's why he got taken out of your basketball game.
Officials tonight: Emmanuel Upton, Kai Armstrong, Gene Griffin. That's a name for you. I like that name, Emmanuel Upton.
Yeah, you know who that is. That's Justin Upton's, that's her father.
Really?
Baseball brother's father.
How about that? There was a famous Upton around.
Yeah, there is.
Father of Justin, father of...
the Upton brothers, baseball fan.
There you go. Of course, that's not the only Upton in baseball now, as Kate Upton's Mrs. Justin Verlander. They got married right after the World Series win.
Yeah, true.
Would have been the damper on the funeral if they had lost that game, but the Astros won. Hawk basketball, as they got everything squared away now. This is McIntosh dancing around the right elbow. Little teardrop float shot too strong. Climbing the ladder for it is Smith, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Gold, staying on the Eastern Shore end. 10:30 to play in half number 1. Bethune-Cookman leading the Shore 19-17. They allow it in for Byron Thomas. Top of the circle. Flings a pass to McIntosh. Now quick to Gaynor. And Colin Gaynor gets it from the left wing. Deep ball for Colin Gaynor. 30% shooter. He averages about 2 of those a game. And the Hawks recapture the lead. 20-19. Coming up halfway through the first half. BCU basketball. Maitland staring down McIntosh. Now flings it right sideline for Bailey. Screen set. Bailey pops up from 3. Front iron. Rebound. Reach for that's Diakite, who took it away from 2 Thomases and lays it back up and in. Diakite already with 6 points and 5 rebounds. And Bethune-Cookman back up 21-20. 9:48 to play before halftime. Bounce pass into Byron Thomas on the right elbow for the Shore. Fakes a handoff, looking for Frost. Now gets it up to him. Frost double team on the right wing, and you're right, Dave. They're closing on him fast. 11 to shoot, now 10 as Frost dancing around the perimeter. He finds McIntosh right wing. McIntosh driving and jump pass to Gaynor. Somebody got a fingertip on it. Colin has it. 3 to shoot. A contested 3 ball. He's fouled. And no, it's a foul away from the basketball, and it's not even a foul. It's a 3-second violation. Byron Thomas got caught watching the paint dry for the middle of the paint. And now the officials...
Got some blood on the uniform, I believe.
Leandre Thomas having to head over, and they will they'll apply the scrubbing bubbles or whatever just to wipe it away.
It's a solution that dissolves that blood and disinfects it.
Oh, that's exactly what you need.
Saves the uniform.
Whoever invented that, they deserve a blue ribbon.
Yeah, they got it right in there.
So another delay, and Byron Thomas got some blood on him as well.
Probably somebody's got a scratch or something, and they're leaning against each other.
Maybe,
Everybody's looking now. See?
Yeah, Myron's looking at his elbow saying, is that me? No, okay. 9:27 to play in this first half. Another unexpected stoppage. This game can't quite get momentum over the last few minutes, but Bethune-Cookman has the ball. Maybe it's Maitland who's got a big bandage to the right of his nose, underneath his eye. Maybe that's leaking. Appears to be all right from our perspective. Stops his dribble, and Frost nearly picks it off against Bailey, but they'll get him on for reaching around and pushing Bailey aside.
Yeah, he used his offhand that time. Stole the ball with the right hand, but pushed off with the left.
And you can't do that. That would be pass interference in football. Right. It's a foul in basketball. Tab to inbound from right in front of associate head coach Cliff Reed for Eastern Shore. And the Bethune first team preseason selection does not have a chance to inbound the basketball as, they have found more blood. It looks like Isaiah Bailey's got something on his shorts. He's taken off his shorts in the middle of the court here, and he needs some new ones. That's just shades of the White Sox in 1978, just paying no mind to the fact that there's 1,000 people watching him right now.
He's the one must have had a slight cut somewhere.
Yep. Isaiah Bailey, a top collegiate player at Compton High School in California. Originally enrolled at Fresno State in 2014, but was injured for that season. Then went to Pratt Community College in Kansas, and last year at Angelina College before coming to Bethune-Cookman. Out of high school, he was being recruited by Gonzaga, Oregon State, San Diego State, and USC, amongst others. Decided to usurp the West Coast and come east. And now he's backed in with clean shorts and a new frame of mind, perhaps. Tab has it for Bethune-Cookman, and behind a screen, Brandon Tab from 25. Diakite reaching up the three goggles himself as he provided the non-assist that time for Tab. 24-20, Bethune-Cookman under 9 to play in the first half. Hawk basketball. They fling it for Byron Thomas on the right wing. Now it's Baycoat straight away around the horn to McIntosh. McIntosh lobbing inside, left baseline for Byron Thomas. Posting up against Diakite. Stops his dribble, kicks out for McIntosh. Catch and shoot three. Rattles out. Climbing the ladder, everybody, and somebody hit the floor hard, but it's Bethune-Cookman basketball. Maitland has it. Up with a Tab. A quick release, right corner three. Back iron. Rebound for Bailey, and Bailey's fouled. That's on the floor, and the fifth foul against the Hawks. It sounded like Leandre Thomas came down really hard.
He smacked the floor with his hand or what?
And Bobby Collins, taking no chances, will send him to the bench and put Tyler Jones back in the contest. 8:33 to play before halftime. A 4-point Bethune-Cookman lead. They'll inbound from underneath their own basket. Isaiah Bailey to do it himself. Looking for the open man. He flings it in to Diakite, who dribbles out, and they'll reset in the backcourt with Malik Maitland. Daytona Beach native, running things for his hometown basketball program. 10 to shoot from the right channel as he drives against McIntosh. Floats it back for Bailey. Bailey dribbles up to the right elbow. Falling away, the jumper. Bang. Isaiah Bailey, contested Jay from 16 feet, and it's a 6-point Bethune-Cookman lead. Their largest of the contest, coming up on 8 to play in the first half, and another media timeout. McIntosh zooms in for the Shore, stops the dribble, back to Jones, straight away for three. In and out, halfway down. Rebound picked up by Bailey off the floor, and Bethune-Cookman with a chance for some more momentum. It's up to Maitland on the right sideline. Stutter step around McIntosh, stops his dribble and spins out. Now flings inside. Jones had it, lollygagging in pursuit, and Tab comes down with it for Bethune-Cookman. How did he not travel there? He had 4 around him. Now they work it down low for Diakite, and he's blocked by Myron Thomas. Great closing defense by Myron, denying the easy bucket for Diakite. Here comes McIntosh for the Shore. Pumps the brakes now. Jones driving in right side of the paint. Jump stuff off the glass. Rims it out. Rebound punched out of bounds. Last touched by
I think
Bethune-Cookman, and it'll stay on Eastern Shore's end when we come back. 26-20, Wildcats in the lead. 7:24 to play before the break on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Turn
Turning sunshine into energy, Chop Tank Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative, has some things for you to consider when you're considering solar. Be sure to enlist a reputable licensed solar contractor or installer. Start with a list of possibilities from reliable websites, state energy offices, or the Better Business Bureau. Ask questions, check out other installations the contractor has completed, compare bids, check references, and thoroughly examine the contract. More information is available at shoptankelectric.coop, your source for power and information. Chop Tank Electric Cooperative, members first every day.
If you're looking for some good old-fashioned fun with a new twist, Southbound Alley in Salisbury is the place to be. With delicious food and drink specials, 20 lanes of bowling, and the best arcade and billiards room in town, Southbound Alley is a great place to bring the whole family. Southbound Alley has private rooms ready for your next event, holidays, birthdays, business outings, and more. Located in Salisbury on southbound Route 13 across from Fruitland Walmart. Call for details or like us on Facebook. Southbound Alley in Salisbury is the place to be.
Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Up from 3-point line.
Back on the network, 7:24 remaining in the first half. Bethune-Cookman leading Maryland Eastern Shore 26-20. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. And, well, Dave, you can forget about containing Brandon Tabb. He had 11 and 12 in the 2 games against the Hawks last year. He's got 12 in the first half now. 3 of 7 from deep and a perfect 3 for 3 from the line.
We expected that 3 for 3 from the line, and he's kind of gotten warm from 3-point land. They're going to go to him, so the Hawks are going to have to pay strict attention to Brandon Tabb.
Logan McIntosh, meanwhile, the scorer for the Hawks. He's got 8 to lead the team. He'll inbound from underneath his own basket. Hawk ball with a full 30 on the shot clock. Byron Thomas, Colin Gaynor, Frost, and Jones on the floor, joining McIntosh for White. He lobs it into Frost, too tall, but Jones comes down with on the right elbow, spin move left to right, middle of the paint, and he's fouled down low. A shooting foul as some heavy traffic in the lane. And somebody's down low.
He ran. Tyler Jones made his way through the lane, and we're still have a Wildcat player on the floor.
Yep, that's Bailey again. That's Isaiah Bailey, who took a hard tumble. But now he's up, wandering towards the sideline. Trainer examining him.
He's got to come up above the free-throw line or come out, one or the other.
Well, he is out now, and Houston Smith back into the game for Bethune-Cookman. Sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, one of 2 from Afrocentric High School in Columbus. Ulmer Manzi, the other one. Jones at the stripe, a 64% foul shooter. First shot up and good. Tyler Jones, relatively pedestrian first half compared to what he had last game. That was his 6th point. And nothing but net. He's got 7 in the first half, so working his way onto the board. And the Hawks back within 4. It's 26-22. Bethune-Cookman with the basketball, leading 7:15 to play in the first half. Maitland tap dancing around 2 defenders, takes to the rack himself, missed the layup. Rebound Byron Thomas. Tried to do too much that time. Low in transition, no look pass to Jones. Tyler Jones countered to the foul. McIntosh pumping his fist to himself on that assist, and he high-fives with his man, TJ.
Nice. Little bounce pass. That's a good 3-man break. Look left, bounce right. Easy layup for Jones, and a foul from behind.
And a chance for a 3-point play. Front iron, rebound tipped around and controlled by Tabb. 26-24. Tyler Jones with 4 in a row for the Shore. Bethune-Cookman up, under 7 to play. And now Maitland zigzagging around 2 more defenders. They work it into the left corner for Altidore, and Geoffrey Altidore with the travel. Little stutter step, and now the Hawks with a chance to tie or take the lead here.
I'm still trying to look and see. They're not it's not a definite look at travel to me, because you can see it when they stutter step a couple times, but they're catching it. And
McIntosh controls for the Shore. It's Frost. Lobs it down low for Jones. Right baseline. Stand-up jumper from 10 feet. Too strong. Board by Diakite. And now here comes Altidore, right to left, gliding across the timeline for Bethune-Cookman. Takes a screen, takes it to the right baseline himself, flings it. Now it's into the left wing. It's stripped from behind by Byron Thomas, falling away with it. Somehow the ball got to Maitland. Bethune-Cookman some chaos. Now they get into Tab for some order. His pass deflected out, and Maitland controls with 10 to shoot. Hawks trying to convert on defense and hold them. Maitland zagging around, and he feeds Diakite down low, and an easy lay-in for Diakite from the left side.
The Hawks got their hands on the ball like 3 different times that time. Just didn't come up with it.
A couple of times that's happened in this game. 28-24, BCU, under 6 to play in the first half. Frost gets separation from 3 in the right wing, and he got it. Ahmad Frost with his first from downtown. It's a 1-point basketball game. Wildcats up 28-27, 5:46 to play before halftime.
Frost working hard for that bucket.
Working hard or hardly working? Well, the former. This is Maitland, who takes the picket fence right to left for Bethune-Cookman. Now flings it right corner. 3-ball Houston Smith. Way strong. Rebound Karams to Colin Gaynor. Leading pass up for Frost. Too strong. Maitland intercepts it. Saves it out of bounds. Nearly takes out Sean Yonker, our SID. I'm going to want to see the footage on that. Tab from the right wing is 3. Halfway down. Climbing the ladder, Jones. And here comes McIntosh left to right for the Hawks.
Yeah, the Wildcats are saving the Hawks now by taking those quick, long shots. They're not making them.
Here's McIntosh, lollygagging on the right channel. Screen set by Jones. Now pick and roll. TJ takes the in-spin move left to right across the paint, stripped on the way up. Gets it back on the floor. Gold scoops it up. Houston Smith leading pass way too strong, reaching around everybody. And Bethune-Cookman with a high-risk transition attempt could not control the handle.
That's the toughest pass to make on a break. Straight down the middle of the floor. For like about an 80-foot pass. The ball needs to go outside, then back inside.
Sean Hoggs into the game for the first time for the Hawks. The walk-on freshman guard from Lawrenceville, New Jersey, as Colin Gaynor takes a seat. Ahmad Frost, moonwalking backwards, picks up the basketball in the backcourt, and now Logan McIntosh walks it into the front court for the Shore. Under 5 to play in the first half. A 1-point Hawk deficit. Screen set. McIntosh takes it to the right wing, sliding around. It's Thomas straight away, and Myron picked up the feed as he tried to decide shoot or dribble.
He's got a lot of walks in this game. I'm up to about 5 now. You don't usually see that.
So many walks, we could have a 5K.
Yes.
And a substitution we'll see for Bethune-Cookman. They've got Diakite, Maitland, Tab, Armani Collins, he's a new man in the game, and Isaiah Bailey. And taking it to the rack is Maitland, who missed the layup. Rebound for Byron Thomas. Maitland clapping his hands. He thinks he's Tab. McIntosh in transition reaches around his man Diakite, and the reverse layup for McIntosh is good and 1. High fives all around for Logan McIntosh, taking it to the rack himself. That's how he scored his game-winning bucket down in Daytona Beach last year. McIntosh gives the Hawks the lead and a chance for a 3-point play. Shore goes up 29-28.
It looked like he was grabbed, too. So the Wildcats were lucky they didn't get called for an intentional foul.
Indeed. Diakite takes a seat after his first foul. That's number 7 against Bethune-Cookman. Hawks have 5. Some subs due in for the Shore. Colin Gaynor in, Byron Thomas out, and then Cam Baker will come in for McIntosh if he makes this free throw. Logan, last 5 games, doing quite well for himself as he hits his free throw. A 3-point play the old-fashioned way from McIntosh. 30-28 Shore, 4:24 to play before the break. McIntosh's numbers, 13 points, 5.5 rebounds, 6 assists per game over his last 5, and he's playing 38 minutes. This is his team, undisputed.
He's approaching those points already.
They fling it into the left corner for Bethune-Cookman. Now it's Tab on the left wing. Sutter stepping against Gaynor. Underneath the basket, he feeds. The ball tipped out of bounds. Frost got a hand on it. And Bethune-Cookman to inbound underneath their own basket with 15 to shoot. Bailey to fling it in for Gold. And they get it in. It's punched away by Davis. Oh, and a foul call in the inbound. Tyler Jones has a face kind of like Ice Cube when he's frustrated. It's to just say, really? And they'll get Tyler Jones for his second. Puts Sean Trez Davis on the line. Davis, originally a Texas Tech recruit. He had offers from Maryland, Purdue, and Tennessee out of Sound Doctrine Christian Academy in Georgia, as opposed to the Loose Confederation of Rules Academy down the road.
Yeah. Wow.
He's a 54% foul shooter. Bounced around a couple of junior colleges, most recently South Plains College in Texas before joining Bethune-Cookman, as Davis's free throws up and good. Leandre Thomas and Byron Thomas in. Jones and Gaynor take a seat. JUCO heavy roster for Ryan Ritter in his first year, bringing in 11 upperclassmen, 7 transfers, and of the 11 upperclassmen, 9 of them are JUCO fellas.
Well, he's a JUCO coach, so he knows how to do it.
Yes, he does. Work with what you have. As he rattles home his second free throw, Davis hits 2 out of 2, and it's 30 all with 4:08 to play before halftime. Diakite checks back in on defense for Bethune-Cookman. Yeah. Baycoat walks it up for the Shore, coming up on our final media timeout. Hogs on the left sideline, now back to Baycoat. It's Frost in the right channel, now Cam running things from the floor. Left sideline, he dribbles, cut off by Tab. Retreating towards the timeline. Chest pass to Hoggs on the right wing with 10 to shoot. Leandre sets the screen. Hoggs straight away, stops his dribble. Pass deflected. Myron mugs a man as that pass headed towards him. And they'll get Byron Thomas for the foul on Isaiah Bailey, who's hit the deck quite a bit in this game. He's been involved in a whole bunch of action.
And that also, we should be shooting 1-1.
1-1 for Bailey when we come back. 3:44 to play before halftime. 30 all on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back at the Hytche Center, 30-30. The Hawks and Bethune-Cookman, 3:44 to play in the first half. Well, the Wildcats much improved. They had 5 non-conference wins, 3 of them against D1 opponents, Cal Poly, Grambling, and Jacksonville. They have 7 wins this season. It took them until February 20th last year to get their 7th win. Finished 10-22 and 6-10 in conference play. Isaiah Bailey at the free throw line, the 73% shooter, rattles home the front end of a 1-1, and it gives Bethune-Cookman the lead again. BCU a perfect 6 for 6 from the stripe. The Hawks 5 for 6, so some good free throw shooting from both sides so far. Second free throw from Bailey, up and good. And the man who averages 14 points off the bench converts again. He's got 6 early on, and it's 32-30. Eastern Shore down with the basketball. 3:35 to play before halftime. Frost has it on the right wing, floats it back up for McIntosh. Now they find Leandre Thomas, left elbow, overhand to Frost. Catch and shoot right wing 3. Little short, rebound Leandre off the glass and good. There's Leandre Thomas with the second chance bucket. He's had a few of those in league play. All square again, 32 all. 3:15 to play before the break.
Yeah, weak side rebound offensively.
Altidore nearly breaks McIntosh's ankle instead. McIntosh comes up with the basketball. Frost with the breakaway. Stutter step to the left side. Left-hand layup. Missed it, but he's fouled coming from behind by Geoffrey Altidore to close fast on defense. Frost looked like he hesitated. Couldn't decide whether to try right side or left.
I think he's trying to draw some contact there, too, to get the call. And he got it.
Now Ahmad Frost, who was a perfect 6 for 6 from the line in his 33-point output Saturday, at the line for 2. And the first one, a little strong. All right, I'll take lumps for that one. Sorry, folks. Broadcaster Jenks. Shawntrez Davis back in for Gold. 3:04 to play before halftime. After the first half, Dave, another close matchup between these two teams that seem to be conjoined at the hip, at least for the last few years.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of difference in these two teams, if just looking at it for the first 17 minutes.
Second free throw by Frost, up and good, nothing but net. 33-32 Hawks with 3:04 to play in the first half. Bethune-Cookman basketball. This is Maitland, who serpentines into the front court. Colin Gaynor guarding. Baycoat's there to meet him. They nearly trap him left sideline. Cross-court rainbow to Tab. Now they find Armani Collins in the right corner. Collins serving out. Overhand pass to Bailey, who hands it off to Maitland, and they'll reset. Maitland takes the picket fence screen to the left wing with 8 to shoot. Scoop past Davis, fakes a handoff. Now it's Bailey on the left wing. 4, 3 to shoot. Stepping back, 1. Desperation 3 at the buzzer. A little strong. And a rebound to Tab, who scoops out to Maitland. And his 3 from the right wing is strong again. Back iron. And Ahmad Frost foul on his rebound attempt. 1-1 coming up for Frost.
Yeah, Bethune-Cookman really they're not playing an inside game at all. They're playing complete perimeter. And if the ball goes anywhere near the lane, it usually comes back out for a three-point shot. They have shot 15 three-pointers up to this point.
Bethune-Cookman average 8 makes per game. They're right in the middle of the road in terms of three-point percentage, 32 for the year. Front of the one and run for Frost, and he'll get the second one. Back iron, backboard, and in.
Yeah, Hawks up too, 34-32.
And a whistle as they'll have Houston Smith check in for Bethune-Cookman. These two teams closely matched over the past couple of years, but Eastern Shore has won 4 games in a row over the last 3 seasons, undefeated against the Wildcats in the Bobby Collins era. Second shot by Frost, up, in and out. Rebound, climb the ladder. Tab has it for Bethune-Cookman. 34-32 Hawks, 2:31 to play before the break. This is Isaiah Bailey in the backcourt for the Wildcats, trying to hand it off to Maitland. He finally does. McIntosh guarding him closely. They fling it left wing for Bailey. Bailey centers up against Baycoat. Backdoor cut to Tab, and he's fouled by Leandre Thomas on the layup attempt. But a good foul, I would say.
That was a layup coming. Little backdoor wing play, and he had an easy bucket. So he's going to have to earn them at the free throw line.
Often enough, he does.
Yeah, I don't know. He makes a higher percentage of the free throw line than he does on the floor.
First foul against Leandre Thomas, who has been in the game quite a bit. Usually he has 3 or 4 by now. Tab's first free throw rattles in. And for him, that's disappointing that he didn't just touch nothing but net. Sean Hoggs back in and Ahmad Frost out. Sufi Diakite back in for the Wildcats. Tab last year averaged 18 points a game. That was 4th in the league. Has nothing but net. He's got 14 in this first half. 34 all with 2:07 to play before the break. Leandre comes out. Don't want him to get a second foul in the first half. And Frost back in. McIntosh walks up for the Hawks left to right.
Yeah, both teams playing with a smaller lineup.
McIntosh pointing out instructions. And a flip to Frost in the backcourt. Frost stutter step against Smith. Scoops it back for Hoggs. Sean on the right wing with 11 to shoot. Crossover dribble. Gets around his man. Takes it to the rack himself. Sean Hoggs shows up Isaiah Bailey. 36-34 Shore. And the scorer's table has come apart here as Brandon Tab went sailing into the seats. My goodness.
He saved that ball.
Yes, he did. And they're talking to some of those table staff, making sure everybody's all right. Maitland reverse layup. Never had the angle on it. Rebound caroming around, and there's a foul near the baseline. Looks like it's staying against Maryland Eastern Shore.
I think the referees are giving us a break, little timeout at the scorer's table to get it back together.
Yes. It's not just the live stats, but the replay, the video stream.
Everything.
He really went flying, didn't he?
He went right over top of everything.
Third foul against Colin Gaynor, as he'll put Malik Maitland on the free throw line with 1:23 to play in the half. Gaynor out and Leandre Thomas back in. You'll have to watch for that second foul. Maitland shoots 60% from the line. And the Daytona Beach native hits his first. Maitland played at Father Lopez High School in Daytona Beach. 6 years on the varsity team. He started playing varsity as a 7th grader.
Wow.
By the end of his career, he was Daytona Beach News Journal Player of the Year, averaging over 22 points each of his last 2 seasons of high school. Hits them both. Altidore checks in and Maitland out. 36 all. 1:23 to play before halftime. Next foul for both sides makes it double bonus time as McIntosh saunters into the front court for the Shore. Reaches around for Frost from the right wing. Ahmad Frost working around Tab, takes it to the rack with the left hand. Counted and the foul. Ahmad Frost, the catapult with the left arm, fights the contact from Tab and wins, and Ahmad Frost with a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, drew the body contact. Great body control by Frost that time, and little left-handed hook. Now he goes to the free throw line for a 3-point play.
The foul shot up, nothing but net. Frost with 8 in the first half, and the Hawks have a 3-point lead. 39-36, 1:07 to play before the break. BCU basketball, overhand fling into the front court for Isaiah Bailey, and Bailey takes it hard to the rack himself, sending Ahmad Frost sailing into the barriers that separate the track portion of this arena from the court. Fouls
a lot
against
of bodies
Frost.
flying around.
Yes.
All over the place. Guys are playing hard out there.
The air is hotter. It's a balmy 35 outside, so things travel faster. Second foul against Frost, and now Bailey at the line. Bailey owning the MEAC through his first 2 months as his first free throw, nothing but net. 11th in the league with 14 points a game, top 20 in rebounds, shoots 43% from the floor, and also dishes out 3 assists per game. Quite the find for Ryan Ritter, the former JUCO coach himself, going out and finding all the best JUCO talent to come with him to his first head job at a 4-year U.
Yeah, we also know that Bailey can dunk. Dr. J-ish in the first half.
Yes, he can. Hits his second free throw. Now it's 39-38. Shore, under a minute to play in the first half. Here's McIntosh with it. Off the court for the Hawks. Frost on the left wing takes the bounce pass. Frost, Sutter steps in. Head bump as he goes into the right baseline. And Frost flings it up again for the and one.
Second on Tab, too.
Frost attacking hard on the inside. This foul's against Diakite. Ahmad Frost starting to take over at the end of the first half. He's in double digits with 10 points. And Michael Odiana will come in for defense if Frost makes this free throw. Ahmad with 2 first half fouls. They don't want him to get his third before halftime. Ahmad Frost, redshirt sophomore from Cincinnati, finally got all the rust off from his missed year, and he rims out his free throw attempt. Tab climbs the ladder for the board. 41-38 Shore, 42 seconds remaining in the first half. This is Altidore who walks it up for gold. Altidore dribbling to the left wing on the perimeter, guarded by Baycoat. Altidore stops the dribble, bounces it down low, left baseline for Bailey. Inside to Diakite. Diakite over Leandre Thomas, it's up and in. Diakite got his own pass off the bottom of the rim. And it's 41-40 Shore, 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Frost dribbles into the front court and calls timeout. 18.9 ticks before the break. Shot clock is off, so the Hawks can hold on for the final shot of the half. Now Maryland Eastern Shore jabbing Bethune in the mouth in the paint over the last couple of possessions as Ahmad Frost, 6'0", playing like he's 6 inches taller. Frost, we've seen spurts from him during the MEAC schedule, spurts of potentially being able to get things done, but it's only over the last 5 games that he has really come alive.
He's getting better and better and better.
Frost,
I think it's the confidence.
Frost over his last 5 games is averaging 17.5 points per. Of course, the 33 points will inflate that, but still, Ahmad Frost getting it done. McIntosh to inbound. 19 seconds remaining. It's into Frost behind the timeline. Now back into McIntosh. We'll see if Lowe just sits on it here, and he does. Content just to milk the clock like it's the 8th day of Christmas. 9 to shoot and 8. McIntosh still sitting on the basketball with 5. He hasn't made his move. Now he does. 4, 3. Straight away, his 3. A little strong. Rebound tipped out of bounds with 0.1 seconds remaining. Physically impossible to get anything done with it.
You only score on a tip now.
And even then, the tip might not be fast enough. So Bethune-Cookman, it's in, and that's the half. Eastern Shore 41, Bethune-Cookman 40. A back-and-forth first half. Many ties, many lead changes. The Hawks with the skinniest of leads at one singular point. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show, statistical analysis, and break down what's to come in the final 20 minutes of this one. Again, your halftime score, Eastern Shore Hawks 41, Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 40 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
This is Hawks basketball from SFMSports.net.
Your appliances should be powerful, and so should your savings. Come into the Home Depot this weekend and save up to 30% on appliance special buys, like a Samsung high-efficiency top-load washer and electric dryer. More room to do laundry, using less energy, with all the power. Only $498 each. Just one of the ways you'll save up to 30% on appliance special buys this weekend. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. Gas dryer extras. See store for details. Valid through January 24th.
New year, new goals, new start. You've got a resolution, and GNC's got what you need. Right now, top quality vitamins and supplements are buy one, get one 50% off. Start something backed by science to help manage your weight. Start something fierce that cranks up your training. Start something real that really works. Visit GNC or GNC.com to start something healthy today. And save even more with My GNC Rewards, a fast, free way to earn cashback rewards. GNC. Change starts here.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk Halftime Show, courtside at the Hytche Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks lead the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats 41-40. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. Back and forth first half, Dave, just what we expected from these two teams. 4 ties and 11 lead changes through the first 20 minutes.
And I think that's what we're going to see the second half. Whoever gets a hot spurt and shoots the ball well for a couple minutes or something and scores 5 or 6 points in a row, that could be the difference in the game. If that doesn't happen, then like we talked earlier, it's going to wind up whoever shoots free throws best in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the basketball game.
Well, we've come to expect these kind of games between Eastern Shore and Bethune-Cookman. Last year, the Hawks won by 3 and 1 on the road and at home, respectively. The difference is in those two games, the Hawks fell behind big and required a massive comeback. If it was 14 points in Daytona Beach, it was 12 points here in Princess Anne. This time it's back and forth. 2 fighters going at it for 5 rounds. And Sean Yonker passing by us, y'all, right there over there about the... everybody's getting taken out today. He did on the baseline with some video stuff. The entire scorers table came apart. This is indicative of the way the game is. It's just...
They're playing hard out there.
Everybody's hustling, and everybody is taking notice, whether they want to or not. Let's take a look at the stats for you. Eastern Shore shooting the ball well again. 14 of 28 in the first half. That's exactly 50%. 5 of 13 from long range. The Hawks only shooting 29% from 3 on the season. That's 39% in this first half. And 8 of 11 from the free throw line. So a pretty good shooting half for the Hawks. Bethune-Cookman, meanwhile, 12 of 29 from the floor. That's 41%. 3 of 15 from deep. And get this, a perfect 13 of 13 from the charity stripe. Here's a team that's last in the league at 64% from the line. They've hit 13 in a row to start this one, Dave.
And we know Tab's going to hit them at 5 for 5, but Bailey's also 4 for 4. So they're knocking them down. I'm afraid that's what it's going to wind up being at the end of this basketball game. But we talked about Bobby Collins being happy with 50% for the game. He's got 50% for the first half. Let's see if we can get it the second half.
And he does. And one way of looking at it for Bethune-Cookman is they made 13 in a row to start, which means the other shoe's about to drop, and they're about to miss a whole bunch. We'll see about that. Leading scorer for the Hawks is Logan McIntosh. 11 first half points, 3 of 7 from the floor, 2 of 4 from deep, 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. He's got 2 assists as well. Ahmad Frost came alive late in the first half. He's got 10, 3 of 7 shooting the rock, 3 of 5 from the line. Other scores, 9 for Tyler Jones in the first half, 4 for Leandre Thomas, 3 for Colin Gaynor, 2 for Sean Hoggs, and then Byron Thomas, unexpectedly scoreless through 20 minutes of action. As for Bethune-Cookman, Brandon Tabb, 14 first half points. He had 12 through the first 12 minutes, so the Shore have put the clamp down and over the past 8 minutes, but still 14 points, 3 of 8 shooting, 5 of 5 from the line, 5 rebounds, 2 assists for him as well. 10 points for Sofiani Diakite, 6 rebounds also, but he had 4 and 4 through the first 4 minutes. So well on the way perhaps to a double-double for Diakite. First time all said it wrong the whole time, and it's during the break in the action. You know, that's going to happen every now and then. 8 points for Isaiah Bailey off the bench. He's approaching his average of 14. That's 4 for Shawntrez Davis, a deuce each for Malik Maitland and Geoffrey Altidore. Then Armani Collins, Rodney Ross who got into the game late, and Houston Smith scoreless in the first half for Bethune-Cookman. The starters and Bailey getting the bulk of the load for Ryan Ritter. He's got a 6-man rotation. Hawks have gone 7 deep for the most part in this half, with Hoggs becoming the 8th man. Rebounding-wise, Bethune-Cookman owns the glass 18-16 in the first half, 6-5 on the offensive end. Fouls 11 for BCU, 2 each for Shawntrez Davis, Brandon Tabb, Isaiah Bailey, and Houston Smith. As for the Shore, 10 fouls from themselves, 3 for Colin Gaynor, and 2 each for Byron Thomas, Tyler Jones, and Ahmad Frost. Assists, 8-5 Bethune-Cookman. Turnovers, 9 of them for the Hawks and 8 of them for the Wildcats. A relatively sloppy first half, exciting as it has been. Blocks 2-0 for the Shore. Byron and Colin Gaynor each have a swat. And then 5-1 steals in the advantage of BCU. Points in the paint, Eastern Shore 16-14. Points off turnovers 9-9. Second chance points, Wildcats 11-9. Fast break points, the Hawks 4-0, including that one excellent transition bucket. McIntosh feeding Jones down low for the and 1. And bench points, Eastern Shore holds the advantage 9-8. 4 ties, 11 lead changes with back and forth. BCU's not been able to stretch their lead past 6. Eastern Shore's led by 3 as their largest lead of the contest. Bethune-Cookman holding the advantage for 13 and a half minutes in the first half, but Eastern Shore towards the end of that had able to get back, and they were trading buckets and trading leads, and that's where we stand at halftime, Dave.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what it's going to be this second half, and unless somebody can make a run somewhere during the course and separate themselves just a little bit from one. We hope that is the Hawks.
Well, we shall see. 20 down and 20 to go here at the Hytche. We'll take a break, come back, take a look at out-of-town scores, including what's going on in the College Football Playoff National Championship game in Atlanta. Again, your halftime score, Eastern Shore leading Bethune-Cookman 41-40 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, success for our student athletes isn't just measured by wins and losses, points on the scoreboard, or individual stats. It's also measured by their performance in the classroom, in the community, and ultimately graduation. Our student athletes aren't just playing to win a single game. They're playing to win at life, because games end, but life keeps on going. The MEAC, educating student athletes for the game of life.
Spearphishing has or will strike your business, wreaking havoc on your employees, brand, and your bottom line. Spearphishing can't be stopped by traditional email security solutions because messages appear to be legitimate from your boss, a trusted colleague, or a vendor asking you to wire money, confirm login credentials, or worse. Barracuda Sentinel is artificial intelligence for real-time spearphishing and cyber fraud defense. Reclaim your email in minutes with zero impact on network performance. Visit barracuda.com/AI.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on the Hawk halftime show, Shore leading Bethune-Cookman 41-40. Earlier this evening, the Hawk women falling 55-48 to the Wildcats, their third straight conference loss to start MEAC play. Other scores in the men's side of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. In the second half, Coppin State leading Florida A&M 37-30. That's in Baltimore. Halftime from Dell State, Hornets trailing North Carolina A&T 40-32. This one's just about over. Morgan State 89, Savannah State 88 with 8 seconds to play. Taiwan Kenley's just hit a go-ahead layup for Morgan State, looking to improve to 3-0 in conference. And Kenley again coming up big with 33 points, looking at a potential MEAC Player of the Year in him. And North Carolina Central trailing 37-36 at home against Norfolk State, 4 minutes into the second half. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Georgia, the BCS, I grew up with it. It's not the BCS anymore. It's the College Football Playoff National Championship game here. I'll put a dime in the BCS jar here in the College Football Playoff National Championship game. About a minute left in the first quarter. Georgia, nothing, and Alabama, nothing. But Sonny Michel just had a big run for Georgia deep into Alabama territory. They're at the 26-yard line, and the Bulldogs trying to strike first in pursuit of their first national championship since 1980. Although, I don't know, whoever wins this game between SEC teams, I think I'll just recognize Central Florida myself.
You might as well.
Yep. Let's take a break before I get any more trouble and talk about the Bowl Alliance. Second half action from the Hytche coming up next. Hawks up 41-40 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. All right, see ya. Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
Stay connected with your latest weather forecast by downloading the AccuWeather app for iOS, Android, and Windows. These free apps provide the very latest in weather news and information, including MinuteCast, the leading minute-by-minute weather forecast that's hyper-localized down to your exact street address. Download AccuWeather today at iTunes, Google Play, and Microsoft stores, and experience the superior accuracy that comes from the world's most trusted name in weather. Download AccuWeather and plan your day with confidence.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
Hear the latest in high school sports news with High School Sports Line, powered by County Sports Zone. Each week, Glenn Clark and Wick Eisenberg will bring you the scores from around Maryland, games to watch, and discuss the latest high school sports news on High School Sports Line.
What an amazing season for Coach Tim Palmer, who joins us now here on High School Sports Line.
My motivation is to build character and build quality young men who want to play this game properly.
Listen anytime at mdnewsnetwork.net.
We now pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The flagship station for Maryland Eastern Shore basketball is WTGM Salisbury, Delmarva's Fox Sports 960.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Second half action from the Hytche. Eastern Shore, well, inbound, they lead 41-40. 20 minutes to go in this Monday night matchup against Bethune-Cookman. McIntosh hands off to Jones, Baycoat, and now McIntosh. Stars on the floor for the Hawks with Frost and Thomas joining them. This is McIntosh lobbing it to Byron Thomas, the right elbow, reaching around, feeds Jones down low, right baseline, turnaround, hook shot, bounces around the back iron and misses, but TJ fouled. So with Jones heading to the free throw line, Dave, this is part of your keys to the game. Both teams shooting particularly well from the floor and from the line. It's going to come down to who misses more free throws when they loses the game.
I think you might be right.
And Jones off the front iron, and it drops in. He hits his first. Tyler with his first career double-double against Jackson State earlier this year. 13 points, 11 rebounds. Not really on the way there this time. He's got 2, but he hits both free throws, and he's got 11 points for the game now. 43-40 Hawks, 30 seconds into half number 2. Altidore met with a trap as he crossed into the front court for BCU. Now it's Maitland in the backcourt for Gold. Tab and Davis and Diakite all on the floor for Bethune-Cookman as well. And they get Davis falling away from the separation. Lays it up and in on the feet from Diakite. Perfect combination for BCU. 1-point game again, 43-42 Hawks, 19-14 to play. Frost takes it right baseline. He's cut off by Altidore and circles the wagons right in front of Bobby Collins. Calling for some help. Jones sets the screen for him. McIntosh, little head fake, and, well, we're handing out more Golden Globes as Ahmad Frost might have induced the foul on Geoffrey Altidore.
He did, out front. Where they call them all. We've seen it all year.
McIntosh pounds the basketball. Inbound to Thomas. Now Mac takes it himself. The left elbow stops. Little teardrop. Yes! Logan McIntosh from just inside the stripe. From that MEAC logo, he's got 13. 45-42 Hawks and then into half number 2. Tab in the left corner for BCU, guarded by Frost. Will he take it himself? It's a backdoor play to Davis. Davis kicks it out of bounds himself. He high-fives Tab on the nice feed, but Chantrez Davis unable to pick it up cleanly. So
Hawks a little pressure on Bethune-Cookman that time to cause that turnover.
McIntosh walks it across the M for the Shore, moving right to left in this half. White uniform wearing Hawks as Byron Thomas takes to the right side of the paint, lets Davis fly over him, and Byron Thomas with an easy lay-in.
A little pump fake by Thomas. You don't see that very often.
A veteran move from the freshman. 47-42, largest lead of the game for the Hawks. 2 minutes into half number 2. Altidore fakes a shot right corner, now falling away. Tab, quick release, and he drains the 3 from the right corner. Brandon Tab again, 47-45 Shore. 2 minutes into the second half. Here's Jones right baseline for the Shore, wearing down Diakite, and he lays it up and in. Flick of the finger from Jones.
Too much size for Jones that time. He's got a disadvantage.
They're about comparable size, but Jones has more girth on him. And now another 3-ball from the right corner. Misses by Davis. Cam Baycoat has the rebound in transition. Moving with the basketball. Lets his troops get back with him. Now Cam circling up left wing 3. Halfway down and out. Rebound corralled by Diakite. And this is Maitland in the front court for Gold. Maitland takes a screen, stutter steps around Baycoat, takes the left baseline, flings it out for Davis. Now they find Altidore at right wing, pulls the trigger from 3. Bang! Back-to-back threes for Bethune-Cookman. 49-48, Shore up by 1. 17-14 to play in the second half.
And that was a deep 3, too.
Baycoat left to right in the backcourt, right in front of his bench now, looking inside, cut off, crosses his feet, the pass to Frost. Frost eking in and out. Now Byron Thomas straight away for 3. Back iron, couldn't bank it in. Tab hauls it in. Here comes Brandon Tab the other way for Bethune-Cookman. Scoops a pass to Altidore. He pulls up from 3 again. A little short. Myron climbs the ladder. And here comes McIntosh right to left for the Shore. Low in transition, challenging his man Maitland, and he's fouled. Logan McIntosh creating the chance in transition. Stop me if you heard that before.
Like all the time. That's right. Great job by Logan.
Logan McIntosh playing the hits, and he's headed back to the free throw line. McIntosh, 15 points and 7 assists in the game against the Wildcats last year on the road, including that game-winning finger roll as he hits his first free throw. In the home game, 12 points and 8 assists.
Yeah, he's at that right now.
He comes to play whenever Bethune-Cookman is on the floor with him. Second free throw up and good. 2 for 2 is McIntosh. 51-48 Shore. 16:43 to play in the second.
And the Hawks are 12 for 15 from the 3-foot line.
Maitland hurrying up and waiting. He crosses the timeline. He's trapped near the half-court marker. Finds an open Tab on the left corner for 3. Nothing but net. How do you allow that to happen? Brandon Tab from deep. 51 all as they fell asleep and forgot the most dangerous shooter on the floor. Hawk basketball as they'll try and answer here. Ahmad Frost on the right channel. Flings it backcourt for McIntosh. Chest pass to Baycoat on the left wing. Cam bounce pass left corner. Frost lobbed inside for Leandre Thomas. Leandre goes up with the left hand. Counted in the foul. Leandre Thomas ahead above everybody else, and he's got a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, used his body very well that time with the left hand from the left side. That's 3 fouls on the big man for the Wildcats.
3 on Chantrez Davis. He's still on the floor, and now Isaiah Bailey, the 14 points a game bench player, 6th man back in for the Wildcats. Leandre averages a free throw and a half per game. He's a 48% foul shooter. This one, good. 3 the old-fashioned way for Leandre Thomas and his 54-51 Hawks. Coming up on our first media timeout, 16 and change to play in the second. This is Maitland with it for Bethune-Cookman in the perimeter. Handoff on the floor to Diakite. Cross court to Bailey. Scoop pass back out for Davis. Davis dribbling in. 15-footer over Leandre. Misses. And it's corralled by McIntosh. McIntosh swerving around Maitland. Finds Myron straight away for 3. Back iron too strong. Rebound for Maitland. Close calls for Myron. He can't quite bank them both in. Wildcat basketball. Bailey on the perimeter. Straight away. Dribbling now left side of the paint. He's bumped on the left shoulder by Cam Baycoat. And that'll be the first foul against Maryland Eastern Shore. Bethune-Cookman to inbound when we return. 54-51, Hawks leading Bethune-Cookman. 15:36 to play in the second half on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Progressive presents Get Pumped. Inspiration to help you do insurance stuff.
Hey, what's that look on your face? Defeat? You want to save more money? Then start playing as a team. Bundle home and auto with Progressive. That's how you win big savings. What? You need music to get pumped? Let's do this. Hold on, I'm going to turn it up. That's too loud. Yeah, that's better.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states of situation.
At your local CVS pharmacy, we want to make your life easier so you can focus on feeling good and saving time and money. This week only, save big on all the essentials. All vitamins are buy one, get one free. And earn $6 in extra bucks on any $10 Revlon or Almay cosmetic purchase. Restrictions apply. See circular or cvs.com/weekly ad for details. Feel good? Save money at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy.
Back at the Hytche Center, 15:36 to play. Eastern Shore leading Bethune-Cookman 54-51. And they've got a final from Baltimore. Morgan State at the wire again. Tywan Kenley's layup with 8 seconds remaining, lifting the Bears to an 89-88 win over Savannah State. Which means we've got an angry Savannah State team to face next Saturday, Dave. Hawks hitting the road, their last big road trip of January. They'll play Savannah State on Saturday, South Carolina State on Monday before returning home for 4 out of the next 5. And the only road games at Coppin State and Baltimore.
And that's not too bad a road game.
Not at all. Finally buy some groceries.
Yeah.
Maitland has it for Bethune-Cookman. He's in the backcourt taking the inbound. Now it's Isaiah Bailey on the left wing with 10 to shoot. Bailey stepping back. Jones in his face. A little stutter step left elbow. Flings it left corner. Diakite for 3. Yes. Nothing but net for Diakite. Sufi drains it and we're all square again. 54-54. 5 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, the Wildcats like that left corner.
Diakite with 10 and 7. 13 and 7, check that. Here's Frost with it for the Shore. This is Baycoat in the backcourt. Straight away, now a 10 to shoot. He chest pass to McIntosh. Scoop pass left corner. Baycoat for 3. Got it! Cam Baycoat with the answer. 57-54. Hawks up. McIntosh with the assist that time. Maitland up with it for the Wildcats, taking it himself left side of the paint with the left hand off the glass and good. Malik Maitland. It's a 1-point ball game, 57-56. Shore up, 14 and change to play. Here's Frost left sideline for the Shore. Finds Tyler Jones left elbow against the double team. Little teardrop, bang. Yeah. Tyler Jones wanting the basketball, and he capitalizes.
Yeah, wide open in the middle of that 2-3 zone.
59-56. Shore up, 14 even to play. Maitland jabbing in and out on the perimeter for Bethune-Cookman. And off the tab, who's got 20. Kicks it away, chases it down himself. And a scoop pass back to Bailey, who almost traveled that time. 9 to shoot. Bailey snaking towards the left baseline. He's fouling the way up. Can't bank it in, but Isaiah Bailey headed to the free throw line for 2. That's Tyler Jones with the foul, and that's number 3 on TJ. Jones and McIntosh lead the way with 15 each for the Shore. But he'll have to take a seat, does Tyler Jones, as Colin Gaynor is into the ball game. Foul's on the floor, by the way. No shooting foul, so Bailey to inbound for Gold, and they find an open Houston Smith, who finds the seam on the left elbow and jets in for the easy lay-in. Too easy, Dave.
That was too easy. They're playing this 2-3 zone, the Wildcats are, and it's wide open in the middle of the zone.
59-58 Hawks. Shore with the lead and the basketball. 13 and a half to play. McIntosh finds Gaynor on the right wing. They lob inside for Leandre Thomas, who's triple teamed. And Leandre beats the triple team, misses the layup. Gaynor with the rebound, and he gets it off the back iron and in. Colin Gaynor with the second chance points. 61-58 Shore.
Good offensive rebound by Colin.
13 and change remaining. Maitland wandering towards left baseline. Now he floats it out for Bailey. Nearly turns it over in the backcourt. Frost closing fast on defense. Screen set. Leandre comes over to help. Overhand fling to Houston Smith. Now back out to Bailey, who faked a shot from 30 foot. Drives in the air. Flings it for Diakite on the right baseline. Diakite lays it in. Nice approach by Bailey.
Yeah, we're seeing some good offensive play.
61-60, Hawks up, 12:40 to play in the second half. Gaynor taking himself, flips it back for Baycoat. Baycoat cuts across the middle of the paint with the left hand, it's good. Cam Baycoat, penetration. Wow. He's got 7.
One layup after another from both teams.
63-60, Hawks up. 12 and change remaining. This is Bailey, left sideline for Bethune-Cookman, right in front of his coach Ryan Ritter. Now it's Maitland who resets the offense. Maitland steps up straight away, left open from 3, and he pushes to the left. Frost hauls it in. Here comes Ahmad, right to left for the Shore. Frost taking it himself. Right hand, left side, missed it. Gets his own rebound. Double team sandwiched between 2 gold defenders, and he has to travel to try and get around. And a tough break for Ahmad Frost, who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, Frost got his own offensive rebound and was trying to come out.
Davis to inbound. He's fresh into the game for Bethune-Cookman, who rolls it into Geoffrey Altidore. Davis, Altidore, Tab, Smith, and Bailey on the floor for BCU. Here's Altidore, biding his time in the backcourt. Lobbing inside for Davis. Kicks it back out to Smith. Extra pass. Wide open Bailey. Right corner pocket 3. Short. And McIntosh corrals the board. Here comes Law up the right channel for the Shore. McIntosh back to Frost. Deep right wing 3. Yes, sirree! Ahmad Frost from 25 on the feed from Logan McIntosh. 66-60 Hawks. 11.5 to play in the second. This is Altidore with it for the Wildcats. Cut off by Bacon on the right wing. Stops his dribble. Now chest pass to Tab on the left sideline. Back to Altidore. Now they work it right wing for Bailey. Straight away to Altidore. Driving left baseline with 10 to shoot. Little float shot. Tipped in the air. And Bethune-Cookman chases it down near the timeline with 4. 3 to shoot. They left Bailey open in the corner for 3. Missed it back iron. And Gaynor collects the rebound. Here comes McIntosh turning on the accelerator into the left corner. Circling up baseline around Altidore. Falling out of bounds to Bacon. Right wing to 3. Little short. Rebound straight down. McIntosh saving it in for Baycoat. What an effort from McIntosh and a fresh 30 for the Hawks.
Logan doing it all for the Hawks.
And now a whistle as they get a foul against, was that Davis? Away from the basketball underneath the paint. We'll sort that out when we come back. 10:43 remaining. Eastern Shore 66, Bethune-Cookman 60 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes Store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Back at Princess Anne, Wilton-born Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. Dave, another thriller. 10:43 to play. Eastern Shore leading Bethune-Cookman 66-60, and they'll inbound the basketball from underneath their own hoop. Cam Baycoat's come alive over the last couple of minutes for the Shore.
Yeah, well, he'd like to drop that last one. Wide open shot from 3.
McIntosh has been able to sit back and distribute some assists. He's got 4 for the ball game. He'll inbound with 26 to shoot. Finds Gaynor in the left corner. Now back out to Frost. They nearly turn it over as Ahmad at 6 foot has to leap at the apex and grab it. Now McIntosh lowers his shoulder, dribbles left to right on the perimeter. Now it's Gaynor. Tries to hand off to Frost straight away. He does. Frost will stutter step in. Jabs out with 10 to shoot. Altidore with some steadfast defense. Leandre sets the screen. Frosto with it with 4 to shoot now. Frost taking himself left baseline, falling away the teardrop. Yes! Ahmad Frost at the gun. 68-60 Shore. And now quickly in transition, Isaiah Bailey sandwiched between 2 white defenders, and he's going to the free throw line. But Ahmad Frost taking over. He's got 15.
and playing hard. That's a tough 15 points. Ahmad working very hard for the Hawks. Out of bounds underneath the basket for Bethune-Cookman.
Foul was on Baycoat, and it's on the floor. And they leave it in for Houston Smith, who's left wide open on the left post. How did he get so open? What are you doing out there? I'm hearing from the crowd, and yeah, we're wondering the same thing, random citizen. 10 minutes to play even, 68-62 Hawks. McIntosh saunters up court, right to left for the Shore. Dribbling towards the right channel now. Logan looking for the open man, flings it for Gaynor, top of the circle. Gaynor driving in, falling away, right-handed shot, missed it, gets his own rebound. It's tipped out of bounds and controlled by Gold now. This is Altidore pushing it up court in transition, and that porridge was too hot for Sufi Diakite as he stumbles out of bounds.
Again, Bethune has helped us out by our turnover in a wild pass, and Bethune's going really small. We actually match up very well with this team on the floor.
McIntosh, Frost, Leandre Thomas, Gaynor, and Baycoat for the Shore. Altidore, Tab, Smith, Bailey, and Diakite for the Wildcats. McIntosh with it from the Jesse Williams signature. Now Frost feeds it inside for Leandre Thomas, who lowered the shoulder, got stripped from behind, but they say it's off of Thomas. All ball that time by the Wildcat defense, and the Hawks turn it over.
68-62 for the Hawks. 9 minutes. We're in the second half of the second half.
Brandon Tabb to inbound for Bethune-Cookman.
Tabb's been really quiet over the last 6 minutes.
Well, he's his bottle of soda. When you shake it up, he can burst at any time. Bethune-Cookman into the front court. This is Isaiah Bailey in the back court, dribbling in against Baycoat. He turned on the accelerator, but turns it over. Gaynor picks it up. Here comes McIntosh, flings it to Frost in the left corner. Rainbow cross-court, Gaynor, right corner three. Well short, rebound straight down into the hands of Houston Smith. BC the other way, left to right. This is Altidore. Now he cross-courts it to Bailey. Bailey takes it left elbow, kicks it out. Altidore right wing three. A little strong. Rebound chased down by Gaynor as he keeps it in bounds. Hawks caught a break that time as Smith missed the wide open tray. McIntosh right to left into the front court. Slowing things down, letting everybody get back and set.
1-4 offense for the Hawks.
One-handed fling for Gaynor. Lobbing inside. Leandre got separation, but he fell over, and they'll get Leandre Thomas for the foul instead of Diakite. Boy, that's a bang-bang play, and it goes against the Shore.
Yeah, that's a toss-up there. Got both bodies to the floor. I guess you had to call something. Called against a bigger guy.
Third foul on Leandre, and that means we see Byron Thomas again. Tyler Jones also back in for the Shore, so all five starters on the floor for the Hawks. Armani Collins to inbound, the San Francisco native, fresh into the game for Bethune-Cookman. 6-point Hawk lead, 8:26 remaining. And the clock runs as Altidore walks it up, jogs over the big maroon M. Now it's Bailey, left wing, dribbling in. It's on the floor at the baseline as Diakite digs it out. And Diakite over three defenders. The high arcing shot, nothing but net, and one. Sufiani Diakite, the Bronx Bruiser, with a chance for a three-point play. That's the fourth foul against Tyler Jones, and he'll have to sit. Colin Gaynor with a quick breather as he's back in. Jones with 4, Leandre Thomas with 3. Byron Thomas only has 2 fouls, fortunately, as the free throw from Diakite rattles in and out and back down. 3-point play for Diakite. 68-65 Hawks, 8:10 to play. McIntosh jogging into the front court. Chest pass for Baycoat, left channel. Now Baycoat dribbles, finds Gaynor, and now McIntosh in the backcourt as things reset. Well, coming up on another media timeout. McIntosh right in front of Bobby Collins on the bench. Byron Thomas hits a screen. McIntosh takes it, pick and roll with Thomas, and Byron Thomas up strong with the right hand, missed it, gets his own rebound, moving left side. It's stripped out of bounds, last touch by Gold. Too many Bethune-Cookman jerseys down low. Hawks to inbound when we come back. 7:46 to play. Hawks 68, BCU 65 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Lower Shore Immediate Care. Quality care close to you. Open 7 days a week. Just a short drive to Princess Anne, located next to Caesar's Pizza. No appointment necessary. Be seen promptly. Quality care by caring professionals Jack Bird, Kevin Mull, and Megan East. Locally owned by your neighbors. Visit lowershoreimmediatecare.com and remember to like them on Facebook, providing top-notch care for the Lower Shore and beyond. Lower Shore Immediate Care.
Chop Tank Electric Cooperative is sponsoring 5 high school juniors to attend the 2018 Electric Cooperative Youth Tour, an action-filled week providing you the opportunity to learn firsthand what it's like to be involved in politics, community service, and today's pressing energy issues. Learn about your electric co-op's business model, U.S. government, and experience history up close visiting national monuments, museums, and spending a day on Capitol Hill. Applicants must be members of Chop Tank Electric Co-op, and application deadline is January 31st. Visit our website at choptankelectric.coop today.
Back on the shore, 68-65. Eastern Shore leading Bethune-Cookman, 7:42 remaining in the ballgame. Will DeBoer and Dave Bird with you on the Shore Sports Network. Ricky Pala will join me at M Street Grill at 6 o'clock on Thursday night for Hawk Talk Live, the first new one of 2018. We'll have Fred Batchelor, the women's head coach here at the Shore, Bobby Collins, and some local sports coverage as well, recapping that big tournament over the holiday weekend. McIntosh to inbound for the Shore underneath his own basket. It's into Byron Thomas. Scoop back for Gaynor. And Frost resets in the backcourt. Top of the circle for the Hawks. McIntosh gets the pass on the reach around. Now Lowe sits on it with 10 to shoot. 10 to shoot for McIntosh. Dribbling in, penetrating against Altidore, taking himself left baseline. Shot wild, way too strong. Rebound for Diakite. Here comes Bethune-Cookman. Numbers forward, and it's Bailey who takes it. A one-handed jam from the middle of the paint. Isaiah Bailey flying through the air, his second dunk. 68-67, the lead's down to 1 for the Hawks with 7 and change to play. This is Frost with the offense in motion on the left wing. Ahmad zips it to McIntosh, left corner, lobbed into Myron Thomas, posting up against Diakite. He's got the size advantage. Back out to McIntosh, and now back into Myron again. Myron Thomas reaches around, countered into the foul. Myron Thomas.
Yeah, Myron working very well around the basket. Very patient underneath there. Little ball fakes. Kind of old-fashioned type player around the basket. He's looking well.
And that patience is something you just didn't see from him in the non-conference. But now that he's playing at his own talent level, as opposed to just Power 5 bruisers, Myron's stepping up. Only 4 points tonight, but a big bucket that time. And with this free throw, he misses. But Colin Gaynor pulls down the offensive rebound. And Gaynor has his pass flung out of bounds. Last touch by Bailey, who nearly saved it for Bethune-Cookman and nearly took out the scorer's table again.
They're having a rough time over there.
There's still a gap. It's not the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. It's the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Inbound to McIntosh for the Shore. Driving in left side of the paint. Stops to the elbow. Reaches around for Myron Thomas. Myron jump step. Goes up with the right hand. Missed it point blank. Trying to get his own rebound. It's on the floor. Comes down to McIntosh. Low from the left baseline. And he's fouled. The blocking foul by Isaiah Bailey. And some tempers flaring as Gaynor and Bailey chirping at each other. It's an emotional game, Dave. Hard fought by both sides, and well, some extracurricular activity that time. To reset, Hawks lead 70-67 with 6:29 to play. Logan McIntosh will have 2 free throws when we resume gameplay, and now they're going to see, I think they're going to the replay monitor to see if anybody is going to be called for a technical or a flagrant or something or other. Eastern Shore hitting the road after this one. They're down in Savannah State on Saturday afternoon, approximate 4 o'clock tip time. We'll have coverage of the doubleheader starting at 2 o'clock on the Shore Sports Network. And then when the men play, we'll have the coverage everywhere. Fox Sports AM 960, the flagship station in Salisbury. And then various local radio stations. What's happening here, Dave? Do you see?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's I don't know. No timeout. I think it's just a stoppage in action.
So they won't call anything extracurricular on either Gaynor or Bailey, who got tangled up with each other. And it puts McIntosh on the charity stripe. Logan, 15 points. He and Jones and Frost each have 15, the bulk of the scoring. And Isaiah Bailey come out momentarily. Houston Smith going back in.
Yeah.
But he has to stay on the floor for now, yes.
And he come in after the first free throw.
McIntosh, 5 for 5 from the line today. And he hits the first. Hawks 14 of 17 from the free throw line. I don't think they've missed one this half. So Houston Smith checks back at the Columbus, Ohio native for Bethune-Cookman. Sure, he was happy yesterday. His hometown Ohio State Buckeyes knocking off then #1 Michigan State.
Yeah.
Second free throw, halfway down and is out. Bernoulli unkind to McIntosh, but the rebound's tipped off of Bethune-Cookman. And the Hawks will get another chance at it with 29 on the shot clock. 71-67, a 2-possession lead for the Shore, 6:28 remaining. Low to inbound from underneath his own rim. Up to Frost, catch and shoot, counter to the foul! Ahmad Frost walking on air on the feed from McIntosh, and the little 6-foot guard playing like 7 foot that time. He's got a chance for a 3-point play.
They tried it earlier in the first half and just barely missed it, and this time Frost surprised them again.
And the free throw's nothing but net. 74-67. The Hawks get 4 points on that possession.
Just remember that around the 6-minute mark, that could be the difference.
6:20 remaining. Wildcat basketball, they fling it around the free throw line. Now it's corralled by Armani Collins. They work it to the left wing for Brandon Tabb. Tam stutter step back three-pointer against McIntosh. Skims the back of the rim. Rebound tipped once, twice. Gaynor comes down with it, and he travels as he got tangled up with Diakite. Hytche crowd wanting a foul on Diakite, but I don't know, Dave, that just seems like...
I think he came down and was a little awkward.
The inbound is a Diakite for Bethune-Cookman, and he dribbles out to the left elbow and floats it backcourt for Tabb. Tabb accelerates, drops it off for Collins. His right wing three rattles out, and Byron Thomas corrals it. Hawk basketball under 6 with a 7-point lead. This is McIntosh into the front court. Finds Frost right sideline, just past to Baycode at the M. Now Gaynor hands it off for McIntosh. Time on the side of the Hawks here. We'll see how much time they use. Screen set by Byron Thomas. McIntosh free throw line. Zigzags in and out again. Trying for the one-handed flip to Gaynor. And Colin Gaynor rolls home the 18-foot jumper from the baseline. McIntosh with his 7th assist. Most of them in this second half. It's a 9-point Maryland Eastern Shore lead. They're large to the ball game, and a timeout for Ryan Ritter. This will become a full as it's the first timeout of the second half. 5:22 remaining. Your score: Eastern Shore 76 and Bethune-Cookman 67 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
If you've fallen behind on your taxes, you know that the IRS is already coming for their money, and they'll get it too by garnishing your wages or maybe even taking your home or business. They call it enforced compliance, and you'd better watch out because the penalties and interest compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. You need to call the experts at Optima Tax Relief. Solving tax issues is all they do. One call to Optima starts the process to stop the demand letters and stop aggressive collection actions. They get to work immediately, fighting to protect your assets and helping you put your tax problems behind you. The IRS writes off millions every year, and Optima knows all the ins and outs of the IRS's tax assistance programs that could save you thousands. So what are you waiting for? Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
5:22 to play at the Hytche Center. Maryland Eastern Shore leading Bethune-Cookman 76-67. And it's been a balanced score attack all night for the Hawks. Ahmad Frost with 18 following up his 33-point outburst on Saturday. Logan McIntosh with 16 with 7 assists, and then Tyler Jones with 15 points. Bethune-Cookman basketball tabbed inbound for goal. Flings in for Maitland. Malik Maitland back into the game. We haven't seen him in a while. Now Tab, quick release, left wing three. A little short, rattles out. Bailey's there for the offensive putback, and that swirls on in. Isaiah Bailey with 12 points. 76-69. So a 3-possession lead for the Hawks. 5 minutes to play. Even. Hawk basketball. Here's Baycoat. Offense in motion. Byron Thomas. Now McIntosh deep in his own backcourt. 14 to shoot. He finds Byron Thomas, left elbow. Stops his dribble. Backdoor cut to Frost, and Frost couldn't handle it. It's on the floor. Gaynor picks it up, and it's now McIntosh has a shot clock issue. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to sort this one out. Yeah. Determine whether or not Bethune-Cookman had full possession of it, or whether possession did change before the Hawks got it back again.
Yeah, that's close. A lot of people touch that.
Quite a bit.
Just from observing, too, Tabs is limping a little bit out there on his right leg. I don't know if you heard that on the last jump shot or what, but he's not full strength.
And that's why we haven't said his name quite a bit. Tab with just 6 second-half points, and all of them came within the first flourish of a couple of minutes. 4:41 remaining in this ball game. 76-69 Shore. The officials trying to determine the shot clock here. Hawks will inbound from the sideline. It's just a question of how much time they'll have. 28 seconds or under.
Yeah.
Significantly under.
Or a lot under.
And it's 10. All right, well, that's not bad. McIntosh to inbound for the Hawks with 10 to shoot. And Lowe's got the basketball, pounds it. It's in for Frost. Frost dribbling to the right wing with 8 to shoot now. Screen set by Byron Thomas. Frost cuts off, 4 to shoot, bumped out, 3, 2, desperation, 25-foot 3, back iron, and it's the rebound for Davis. Davis fighting off Gaynor for the board. Here comes BCU. Tab dancing around the perimeter with it. Reaching around to the right corner is past to Maitland. Maitland on the right wing now. Lob inside for Davis. Posting against Myron Thomas. And a little hand check against Myron.
That's a 7th foul, so we're being 1-1.
17 fouls for the Shore, 8 for Bethune-Cookman. So free throws the rest of the way. And for Bethune-Cookman, they still haven't missed. 14 of 14 from the line, but just 1 free throw attempt in the second half.
They've been shooting outside shots.
They haven't attacked down low, despite the fact that the Hawks have a lot of bigs in foul trouble. Nothing but net on the first free throw for Chantrez Davis. And how about this? Bethune-Cookman, the worst free throw shooting team in the league, are a perfect 15 for 15 so far tonight. Unbelievable. Now Davis, the Atlanta native, second shot. Front iron. There's the first miss, but Diakite with the offensive glass for Bethune-Cookman. They dart it to Tab in the left corner. A step back 3 over Myron Thomas. Rattles in. 4 points on the possession for Bethune-Cookman. It's now 76-73 Hawks. Under 4 to play. We'll have our final media timeout. The whistle, and now a steal in the backcourt by Davis as he's fouled in transition for Myron Thomas. Some bodies just got tangled up, and now Bethune-Cookman's coaching staff really fired up here. That'll take us into the media timeout. 3:55 to play in the ball game. Shore 76, Bethune-Cookman 73 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best. A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at gocoastguard.com.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
And down the stretch they come. 3:55 to play at the Hytche Center. Eastern Shore 76, Bethune-Cookman 73. But the Wildcats have a chance to cut that lead to 2 or even 1. Shawntrez Davis on the line to shoot 1 and 1 for the Wildcats. And the 54% foul shooter's first one is good. He rolls it in. Remarkable. Bethune-Cookman shooting 16 of 17 from the free throw line. That's impressive for any team. More so for a team that shoots 64 on the year. Davis, the product of Atlanta, Georgia, with 12 points in this game, and it stays at 12. Shanks at front iron, and Tyler Jones corrals the board. 76-74 Hawks. McIntosh with the basketball as he crosses the timeline into the attacking end for the Hawks. 3:43 to play. McIntosh dancing around the backcourt, marked by Maitland, nearly dragged his feet. Now Jones, the right elbow stripped. He never got a good handle on the ball, and the Wildcats take over. Steal by Tab. Pass scooped up to Maitland on the left channel for Bethune. They can tie with a 2, lead with a 3. Screen set for Maitland at the right elbow, dancing back out. Flings it for Bailey on the left channel. Bailey guarded by Baycoat. Calling for some help. Screen set. Bailey at the free throw line, driving in, double team, bumped in the air. The shot just a little strong. And Isaiah Bailey is going to the line for 2.
I think Bailey looking for the foul that time and got it.
McIntosh's first foul. So Isaiah Bailey to the line. Bailey, it's his 4th stop and just his junior year collegiately. Originally at Fresno State, he was injured for the 2015 season as he misses his first free throw. Here's the other shoe dropping, Dave.
Right. If we could just put people on the line beside Tab, then might be a good play.
Bailey's second one up and good. So 1 of 2 at the line. It's now 76-65. The Hawks lead down to what it was at halftime. 1 point with 3:08 to play. McIntosh into the front court for the Shore. Up for Jones. Dangerous pass. Now TJ left elbow nearly stripped from behind by Diakite. Controls the basketball, and McIntosh has it right wing. Inside Byron Thomas, right baseline against a tough defense from Davis, and Myron lays it in. Byron Thomas backing his man down like a veteran. He's got 6. 78-75 Shore. Under 3 to play. And now Tab the three-pointer. He's fouled. Bang. Brandon Tab. The chance for a 4-point play as Ahmad Frost commits the foul on the shot. And Tab, who's been quiet in this second half, has woken up in a big way. Altidore back in for defense for Bethune-Cookman, but now Tab, one of the top 5 free throw shooters in the nation, with a chance to give the Wildcats the lead. Nothing but net. He does. A 4-point play for Tab. It's now 79-78. Bethune-Cookman with their first lead of the second half. It comes with 2:40 to play. McIntosh into the front court for the Shore, up the right sideline. One-hand fling for Byron Thomas. He'll pull up from a deep 2. Nearly banks it in with a rebound for Diakite.
Wide open 3, but a tough shot.
A tough shot for a man who doesn't shoot that well from beyond the arc. Now Isaiah Bailey into the front court for Bethune-Cookman. Dancing around the right side of the perimeter. Takes a baseline spin move against Baycoat. Jump pass back to the free throw line for Davis. Gave up an open shot. Now he'll drive against Jones. Going up with the shot. He missed it and tips it in himself. Gets his own rebound. Shawntrez Davis, and now Bethune-Cookman starting to feel it with 2 minutes to play. An 81-78 lead for the Wildcats. Logan McIntosh calls timeout. 30-second stoppage with 1:59 remaining. Well, Dave, if you're Eastern Shore, the air has been let out of your tires. You led for most of this second half, and now on a big 4-point play from Brandon Tab. I mean, is there a 4-point play that isn't big? No, but this one especially, as it turns a 3-point lead into a 1-point hole.
Yeah, and I think Tab's been hurt in the second half. He hasn't been 100%. He's been limping a little bit, but he looked pretty good on that shot.
Well, senior leaders.
And again on the free throw.
Senior
I think
leaders.
we need to go inside, too, because Davis has got 4 fouls. And Myron Thomas scored against him, but Davis basically backed off. We go back inside there again. I think it's going to happen again.
Oh, Brandon Tabb stepping it up, the senior leader for this team in transition. Under a new head coach, Tabb, the biggest piece that came back under the Gravel Craig regime. He's got 27 points tonight. 27 and 6 boards. Coming alive late, that 4-point play to put his team up. Now the Hawks to inbound. The starters on the floor. Frost, Jones, Baycoat, McIntosh, and Byron Thomas. Byron gets the inbound from low and hands it back off to McIntosh. Top of the circle. Now Frost. What do you think about the deep three? No, not yet. Reaches around inside to Myron on the right baseline. Working against Davis, who's got the fouls. Turnaround jumper. Yes! Byron Thomas. Step back J. 81-80 Bethune-Cookman. 100 seconds remaining. This is Altidore dancing around the backcourt. Marked by McIntosh all on his way across the timeline. Here's Bailey with it. Works around Baycoat. And a late whistle as Bailey looks like he was stripped. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot attempt. They'll call it a shot attempt on the foul against Cameron Baycoat, and it puts Bailey on the charity stripe.
I don't know.
Bailey, whatever he was selling, the official, Bailey sold and the officials bought it.
Yeah, he was smart on his part right away. He was going for the shot. I think he got hit from behind, but
that puts
he's
Isaiah
going to the free-throw line.
Back at the line. 1:30 remaining. Exactly a minute and a half. A 2-shot foul for Bailey, and it's nothing but net. Free throw shooting, the key to this game, and it's basically a push. Both teams shooting above their pay grade when it comes to the charity stripe. Picking up mucho dollars. And it's nothing but net from Bailey. 83-80 Bethune-Cookman. 1:27 to play. McIntosh sauntering into the front court, right to left for the Shore. Cool as ice water. Not showing any emotion. Dancing on the left wing. Driving in baseline against Altidore, and it's a jump ball. Geoffrey Altidore tying up Logan McIntosh, or was it? No, it's a foul. It is a foul. They say he got him on the arm and not on the ball. And Altidore's not particularly happy about this one. One of the officials called jump ball, and the one who was closest and had the better angle called foul. So McIntosh on the line after Altidore's third foul. 9th for Bethune, so double bonus rest of the way. And McIntosh buries the free throw.
Both teams shooting very well from the free-throw line. It's going down to the wire at the foul line.
17 for McIntosh. And still 17. Missed it strong, but the rebound tipped around. The Hawks had it, and here comes Bailey in transition for Bethune. Up and in, and one. Isaiah Bailey climbing a stairway to heaven almost over Byron Thomas. I'm not entirely convinced he didn't use Thomas as leverage as he went up that time, but now Isaiah Bailey, the Compton native, with a chance for a 3-point play. It's a 4-point Bethune-Cookman lead, and that's number 5 on Byron Thomas. A tough way to go out for Byron, getting back on defense and just...
Yeah, he was hustling. Byron was hustling. I think he just got there a step late.
He got there a step late against the force of nature known as Isaiah Bailey.
I mean, Bailey has got some serious ups.
17 points in this one. Colin Gaynor has to come back in. Bailey back to the line with 1:11 to play. It's puberty for the Hawks. Things are starting to get hairy as Bailey rolls home his free throw. We can get away with saying that, right? 86-81. Shore down with 1:05 to play. McIntosh to the right elbow. Pick and roll with Jones. Right elbow again. Hand off to Frost. 1 minute remaining. Frost, double team. Picked off. It's Bailey again, but it's out of bounds. Last touched by Gold. Altidore got his hands on it. And a whistle as one of the officials calling over the other. I think they're going to talk this one over. It's under a minute to play. Are they going to go to the monitor and see?
I think it's about possession again.
Possession, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We had that issue a little bit earlier.
Ball was tipped 2 or 3 times on that. I don't know who had possession. I don't think anybody had possession because it was tipped 2 or 3 times, one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll find out no matter what it is. 56.8 seconds remaining. Bethune-Cookman up 86-81 over Maryland Eastern Shore. The Wildcats flipping the script a little bit. It was BCU who gave up late leads to the Hawks in both of their matchups last year, and now the Wildcats trying to come from behind late themselves. They were down by as many as 7, 8, 9. Meanwhile, Maryland Eastern Shore trying desperately to get back into this one. They've led for most of the second half until now. Clock does reset to 30. BC wasn't happy. McIntosh inbounds to Frost. Frost circling up towards the right wing on the perimeter. Jones hits a screen. Chest pass now to Gaynor. Frost from straight away driving in, and he's hooked deep in the backcourt. It was Bailey who got his hands on him, and that's a two-shot foul.
That's his fourth, too.
Fourth foul on Isaiah Bailey. 47.3 seconds remaining. Frost needs to make both of these. The Hawks need a defensive stand. Ahmad, an 81% foul shooter. No good. Too strong. And this was Frost's problem against Morgan State the other night. He missed 2 free throws inside the final minute that gave life to MSU. The Bears able to win that game by 3. Now he desperately needs to make this one. And he does not. He leaves it short, but he gets his own rebound. Frost, little hook shot, back iron, no good. Rebound for Diakite, and he's fouled underneath the Hawks basket. A tough break for Ahmad Frost, who's at 18 tonight, but 18 might not be enough.
Great offensive rebound after a missed free throw. Just missed a little hook from about 5 feet.
And it was Frost who committed the foul, putting Sufiani Diakite on the free throw line.
It's Frost's fourth foul.
Diakite graduated from Wings Academy in the Bronx. Went to Crowley County College 2 years ago, then Morehead State before transferring to Bethune-Cookman, and he drains his first free throw. 87-81, Bethune. Altidore in for defense, Maitland out.
2-possession game now.
Diakite, he's got his 4th double-double of the year and his 2nd straight. 18 and 10. Make it 19. 88-81. It's a 3-possession game and a timeout for Ryan Ritter and Bethune-Cookman. It's a 30. 41.5 seconds left. Bethune-Cookman's lead 88-81. Al Davis getting to be Lloyd Christmas territory for the Shore. What do you do here if you're Bobby Collins?
Well, you got to go to the basket. I mean, it's a 3-possession game right now. Whether it's a 2 or what, so you just need points. You go to the basket. Hopefully they're allowed to get the 2 points and then have a stop, and you're going to have to foul.
Can't really be picky as you're coming up court. You got to take the open look wherever it comes.
So you got to foul. And hopefully they'll foul one of their. Of course, today's been a different story because they knocked down everything from the free throw line.
Yes, they have. Bethune-Cookman, the last place free throw shooting team in the MEAC, 21 for 24 tonight. Yeah. A performance for the ages. They've got entire teams worth of Brandon tabs, it seems. McIntosh inbounds to Frost, who scoops it back to McIntosh, who jogs into the front court. McIntosh himself on the right wing. Stutter step, looking inside for Gaynor. Davis gets a handoff and comes up with a steal. What a steal from Chantrez Davis. And Bethune-Cookman is starting to feel it now as the Wildcats have a 3-0 start in the MEAC, well within their reach. Davis to the line. He'll shoot 2. 30.8 seconds left. That foul's against McIntosh. The Hawks, meanwhile, staring a 1-2 start in the MEAC in the face when they could have very well been 3-0 in the league. Davis's first free throw, front iron, a little short. So coming down to the wire with all the free throws starting to catch up with everybody.
Yeah, neither team's making them now.
No. Davis, 10 points tonight. And he's got still 10 front iron. Rebound right to Jones. Still 88-81. Under 3 to play. McIntosh back to Jones. Straight away for 3. Push it to the right. And it's Tab with the board. Climbing high for that one. Works around Frost. No foul. Finally the whistle. As Brandon Tab milked about 5 extra seconds off the clock there. 18.7 remaining. And one of the best free throw shooters in the nation stepping to the line. 5th foul against Tyler Jones. He's out of the game. 15 points, 4 rebounds for TJ. It may not be enough. Brandon Tab. Only 3 men in the nation have a better free throw percentage than he. As he missed the first one, somebody's going to go up after that one.
How about that?
Marcus Howard of Marquette still perfect from the line. So is Fletcher McGee of Wofford. And it's one of Florida's men's, Igor Kolyachev, but he hits this second one, does Tab. 89-81, shore down. Frost stopped and popped 3 from the right wing, and he got it. Davis quarterbacks the pass in, and it's nearly out of reach. Altidore has it, and he tiptoes on the line. Bethune-Cookman trying to push just a little too hard, and the Hawks take advantage. 10 seconds remaining. Frost circling around. Frost taking it right elbow. Too much time. Hogs right corner for 3. In and out. Rebound for Bethune-Cookman. Tab dribbles out, and that's all she wrote. The Bethune-Cookman Wildcats continue to be one of the great surprises in the MEAC this year. They outlast Maryland Eastern Shore 89-84 tonight. A disappointing loss for the Hawks, who led, like they did against Morgan State, for most of the second half. Now Bobby Collins will come over and have a talk with us, I'm sure. And the most frustrating for him, Dave, the one thing that was out of his hand was what hurt him the most. Opposing team free throw percentage. There's literally nothing you can do about it.
No.
And
they shot the lights out of 3.
Yes, they did. And here he is right now.
They made everything.
All right, Coach, your general thoughts on this one?
Well, the guys that we needed to step up and play for us didn't make the plays we needed. You know, Colin and Tyler and our post players. Drake came in and gave us some positive minutes. But we didn't sustain it for 40 minutes. We just had our moments where we got to play for 40 minutes. That's the bottom line. And I told the guys that I'm going to hold them responsible for it. And they got to be accountable. And they got to maintain that for 40 minutes. That's our new motto. We call it RAM. Be responsible. You got to be accountable. And you got to maintain that for 40-plus minutes.
Unfortunately, the worst free throw shooting team in the league, Bob, shot the lights out of it from 3 foot.
Well, I did notice that the first half they were
13 of 13.
Yeah, I know. We know Tab can shoot them, but
we just didn't make the plays we needed. I mean,
in the last 2 minutes.
We were not focused the last 2 minutes, and we got to get better at that. And it's been time coming. We just happened to win a couple of games, but that wasn't our team out there. All night long, we was a step slow.
Yeah. Savannah State on Saturday, and then South Carolina State on Monday. What's the message as we head into the long week before the Saturday game?
Well, be responsible. I'm going to hold them accountable. And they got to maintain that for 40-plus minutes.
All right, Coach. Thank you. We'll see you down in Savannah. Bobby Collins, after his team came up a little bit short. Close but no cigar for Maryland Eastern Shore tonight as Bethune-Cookman comes in and ruins the Hawks' perfect home record. First home loss of the year for the Shore. 89-84, the Wildcats victorious. We'll step aside, come back with the post-game show, stat breakdown, and set you up for Saturday afternoon in Savannah on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hassa Restaurant on the Bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that. right, see ya. Here you go, man. Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
We welcome you inside the Hawk Post Game Show, courtside at a Hytche Athletic Center in Princess Anne, where the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks have just dropped a tough 89-84 decision to the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats. Will DeBoer and Dave